For the better part of a century, one country has had the most powerful military on Earth. But what if that era is coming to an end? While America has spent decades and trillions of dollars policing the globe, China has been laser-focused on a single, audacious goal: to build a military that can match, and in some areas, even surpass American might. This isn't some distant future what-if scenario. It's happening right now, at a pace that is genuinely startling defense analysts and reshaping the global balance of power. Under President Xi Jinping, China has laid out a clear timeline: a fully modernized military by 2035, and a world-class force capable of fighting and winning wars by 2050. This is a top-down, national mission to challenge American dominance. So today, we're going to look at the hard evidence, the advanced weapons, the staggering production numbers, and the strategic thinking that shows China's military is closing the gap much faster than almost anyone thinks. To really get a handle on the speed of China's rise, you have to follow the money. In 2025, the official U.S. military budget is an almost unimaginable $895 billion. China's official budget comes in a distant second, at around $245 billion. On paper, it looks like America has an unbeatable lead, but that number doesn't even begin to tell the whole story. First, most Western analysts agree that China's real spending is significantly higher. Once you account for things like research and development, which are often hidden inside civilian programs, the real number is likely somewhere between $330 and $471 billion. Some estimates have even pushed that figure as high as $700 billion. But the most critical factor isn't just the money, it's how that money is spent. China's state-controlled system and its policy of military-civil fusion allow it to turn the nation's entire industrial base into an engine for its military with terrifying efficiency. The lines between a company making commercial ships and one making warships are intentionally blurred. This creates a defense industrial complex that can mass-produce hardware at a scale the world has rarely seen. A system designed for one thing: relentless, rapid expansion. So, where is all this industrial power going? Well, let's start on the high seas. For decades, the world's oceans were America's backyard. That is changing with breathtaking speed. Sometime around 2015, the Chinese Navy officially surpassed the U.S. Navy in the sheer number of ships. As of 2025, China has the largest navy on the planet, with over 370 ships and submarines, a number expected to hit 395 by the end of the year and 435 by 2030. The U.S. Navy, by comparison, has about 296 ships, with that number expected to dip slightly. Now, numbers aren't everything. The U.S. Navy still has a massive advantage in tonnage. Its fleet of supercarriers, advanced destroyers, and nuclear submarines is heavier, more technologically advanced, and has a global reach China can't yet match. But the trend line is what's truly alarming, and it's driven by one simple, brutal fact: China is the world's shipbuilder. China's shipbuilding capacity is orders of magnitude greater than that of the United States. Its shipyards churn out modern warships in a continuous cycle, while American yards struggle with backlogs and workforce shortages. And they aren't just building small patrol boats. They're building the Type 055 destroyer, widely considered one of the most powerful surface warships in the world. They're also launching large amphibious assault ships designed for power projection. Most importantly, they're building new aircraft carriers. Their third carrier, the Fujian, is expected to enter service in 2025. It features electromagnetic catapulta technology that, until now, was unique to the U.S. Navy's newest Ford-class carriers. There is, however, one domain where the U.S. remains the undisputed king. Beneath the waves, the American submarine fleet, with 66 nuclear-powered boats, is the most powerful and stealthy undersea force in the world. China operates only around 12 nuclear submarines. This gives the U.S. a critical advantage in any potential conflict. But make no mistake, on the surface, the gap is closing fast. Modern warfare isn't just about who has the most ships or tanks. It's about who can strike first, fastest, and smartest. This is the high-tech battleground, where China isn't just catching up in some areas, it's already taking the lead. The clearest example is hypersonic weapons. These aren't just faster missiles. They're a whole new class of threat. Flying at over 5 times the speed of sound, they can maneuver in flight, making them almost impossible for most current missile defense systems to intercept. While the U.S. is still struggling to get its hypersonic programs through testing, China has already fielded them. The DF-17 missile, a hypersonic glide vehicle, with a range of over 1,500 miles, was shown to the world in 2019 and is now deployed. This weapon can hold critical military assets at risk with almost no warning. The Pentagon itself has stated that China possesses the world's leading arsenal of hypersonic weaponry. The second frontier is artificial intelligence. The race for AI supremacy may be the most important competition of the 21st century. Here, the US has long been the innovator, but China has declared its ambition to be the world leader in AI by 2030, and it's leveraging its state-run system to get there, because its tech companies and military work hand in glove without the red tape seen in the West. They can rapidly develop and deploy AI systems for everything from targeting to intelligence analysis. While the US likely still holds an edge in overall AI sophistication, China's focused state-driven approach is allowing it to close the gap with alarming speed. So, with all these moving pieces, what does this mean for the balance of power? It all comes down to two very different strategies. The United States military is designed for global power projection. Its network of alliances, overseas bases, and its fleet of 11 aircraft carriers allow it to project force anywhere on the planet. Its greatest strength is logistics, the ability to sustain complex operations thousands of miles from home. China's strategy is completely different. Its military buildup is overwhelmingly focused on one thing: achieving dominance in its own region, the Indo-Pacific, and preparing for a potential conflict over Taiwan. Its massive Navy shore-based anti-ship missiles and hypersonic weapons are all designed for what strategists call anti-OC. In simple terms, the goal is to make it too difficult and too costly for the US to intervene in what China considers its backyard. The ultimate insurance policy in this competition is, of course, the nuclear arsenal. Here, the US still holds a massive numerical lead, but even this is changing. According to the Pentagon, China is in the middle of a massive expansion of its nuclear forces. As of mid, and is on track to have over 1,000 by 2030. It's building hundreds of new missile silos and developing more advanced delivery systems, while still far behind the US and Russian stockpiles. This rapid buildup is already changing the strategic math and giving Beijing far more confidence on the world stage. When you put all the pieces together, the picture is undeniable. While the United States is still the world's most formidable military power, that title is no longer guaranteed. China's focused ambition, fueled by a torrent of state funding and an unmatched industrial base, is closing the gap at a pace once thought impossible. They have built the world's largest navy by ship count. Their shipyards outproduce America's at a staggering rate. They have deployed operational hypersonic weapons that can defeat existing defenses, and they are in a sprint to match, if not overtake, the US in the game-changing arena of artificial intelligence. This doesn't mean a Chinese military takeover is inevitable. The US still holds critical advantages in key technologies, has a far more experienced combat force, and is strengthened by a global network of powerful allies. But the era of unchallenged American supremacy is over. China's rise has created a new reality, a world of intense, strategic competition between two superpowers. The question is no longer if China will become a peer military competitor to the United States, but how we adapt to a world where it already is. If you want to stay informed on the shifting dynamics of global power and military tech, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And for a deeper look at the core of American naval strength, check out our video on why US aircraft carriers are still in a class of their own. Thanks for watching.